Every morning used to start with one familiar sound. A tiny bird with thick little lips, Jiriya. She had a way of making everything around her feel alive. Even the ordinary seemed magical when she was there. People in the neighborhood would say, "You can hear Jiriya before you see her." That laugh, that chatter, the little flutter of her energy. It was impossible to forget. Jiriya was not just a name. She was a presence, a spark that lit up the dullest rooms. A soul who carried warmth wherever she went. Everyone who met her remembered the way her eyes glimmered with curiosity, as if she carried the entire world's secrets in them. She was born on a quiet, rainy morning. Her parents often said that the sky itself cried tears of joy when she came into the world. She grew up in a small home, filled with love, laughter, and little chaos. Her childhood was an endless adventure. She loved climbing trees, chasing butterflies, and talking to birds. She would spend hours in the garden, imagining whole stories about the tiny lives around her, ants marching in formation, birds singing like orchestras. One day, she told her mother, "I wish I could keep all happy moments safe, like putting them in a little box. That way no one could ever lose them." That was Jiriya, a child who understood the fragility of life long before most adults did. Jiriya had friends who felt more like siblings. They were her companions in every adventure, laughing under the sun, whispering secrets at night, sharing fears that no one else could understand. There was one person she trusted more than anyone else, her older brother. They had a bond that could not be explained in words. When she was sad, he would simply hold her hand, and the world seemed lighter. When she was excited, his eyes would light up just as brightly as hers. They were a team, inseparable, unspoken, unbreakable. Her relationships were never superficial. Jiriya had a way of making people feel truly seen, truly understood. Anyone who spent even a short time with her felt like the most important person in the world. But life, as it often does, has its shadows. It started as an ordinary day. Jiriya had left for a walk, her usual little routine, waving to the neighbors, humming her favorite tune. But she didn't return. Hours turned into a night that felt endless. Her absence was more than physical. It was as if a light had gone out in the world. Family searched, friends hoped, neighbors whispered prayers. Days passed, and still no sign. Every morning, the little bird song in the garden seemed empty without her laughter. Memories came back in fragments, her voice calling out in the rain, her hand brushing past yours in sudden warmth, her tiny giggle in the quiet of the night. People began to speak of her as if she were a ghost, a beautiful memory floating just out of reach. Her brother would sit by the window, staring at the path she last walked, repeating over and over, "Where did Jiriya go?" Continue.